Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a shocking and emotional story that has left fans heartbroken. Ripa and Mark Consuelos, one of television's most cherished couples, have revealed devastating news that absolutely no one saw coming. Viewers are stunned. Social media is exploding, and the emotional weight of their announcement has touched millions. Stay tuned as we break down exactly what happened, the moment the news was revealed, and the powerful reactions from fans and celebrities. Be sure to watch until the end. This is one story you won't want to miss. Ripa and Mark Consuelos have spent decades cultivating a place in the hearts of viewers worldwide, becoming one of the most recognizable and most beloved couples in the entertainment industry. Their undeniable chemistry, infectious humor, and natural ability to make audiences feel like part of their family have allowed them to develop an enviable bond with millions of people. But this week, the couple delivered news so devastating, so unexpected, that even the most loyal fans were left silent in disbelief. The world of morning television felt the emotional tremor instantly. What happened behind the scenes? Why did they choose to reveal this now? And how are fans responding to this heartbreaking moment? The answers unfolded slowly, beginning with an episode of their show that felt drastically different from the usual cheerful tone viewers have grown accustomed to. Anyone who watches live with Kelly and Mark knows the cadence of the show: light-hearted banter, playful teasing, warm storytelling, and that signature couple energy that seems impossible to fake. Kelly and Mark have always made their audience feel as if they're sitting at the kitchen table with them, laughing over breakfast. But even seasoned viewers were quick to notice something was off in recent weeks. Kelly's vibrant energy seemed dimmer. Her usually bright smile, though present, lacked its normal ease. Mark, the steady presence at her side, carried a softer, more serious expression. Fans on social media speculated about exhaustion or overwork, but few imagined the truth would be far more painful than anyone could have predicted. When Kelly and Mark stepped onto the stage for the now infamous broadcast, there was a heaviness in the air before a single word was spoken. Their fingers were laced together, not in their usual playful way, but with a quiet intensity that signaled something deeply emotional. The audience, sensing something extraordinary, instantly fell still. Kelly cleared her throat, her voice unsteady for the first time in a long while. The way she looked at the camera, vulnerable, bracing, almost fragile, sent a ripple of tension through the room. Mark stood close behind her, offering silent support through physical presence alone. It was clear they had rehearsed this moment not for performance, but to gather the emotional strength needed to face it. Then, through visible pain, Kelly revealed the devastating news that had struck their family. The details, though shared gently and selectively, painted a clear picture. This was not a minor incident or stressful inconvenience. This was a life-altering ordeal, a loss that shook the foundation of their household. Both Kelly and Mark have always been respectful of their family's privacy, especially when it comes to their children, and that approach did not change here. They shared enough to explain their emotional state, but protected the sacred details of their personal grief. Kelly's voice faltered several times, and at one point, she paused, turning toward Mark as if she needed a moment just to breathe. The studio audience watched with heavy hearts. Some wiped away tears, others clasped their hands, offering silent empathy and support from their seats. Mark then stepped in, his voice steady but filled with emotion. He explained that they debated for days whether to speak about this publicly. They were torn between keeping the pain within the walls of their home and acknowledging the suspicion and concern that had already begun spreading among fans. Ultimately, they chose honesty. They felt they owed transparency not out of obligation, but out of respect for the people who have allowed them into their lives. For years, Mark's words underscored that this wasn't a moment crafted for television. It was a moment of real life, raw and unfiltered, unfolding before millions. One of the most striking parts of the announcement was Kelly's explanation of why they waited to share the news. According to her, their children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, needed them first. Before any cameras, before any news outlets, before the flood of public attention, the priority was their family. She said they needed time to sit together, cry together, understand what happened, and support one another without the pressure of being in the public eye. Anyone who has followed Kelly and Mark knows how tightly knit their family is. Their kids are often part of their stories, sometimes part of their on-air jokes, and always part of their emotional center. For Kelly and Mark to take time away from their public duties to be with them spoke volumes about the depth of this loss. The moment the episode ended, social media erupted. Fans around the world reacted with shock and sorrow. Many said they had never seen Kelly so emotional, so vulnerable, so visibly shaken. Her usual strength and positivity seemed replaced by a quiet heartbreak that lingered even after the cameras stopped rolling. Messages poured in by the thousands. Messages of support, sympathy, love, and shared grief. Some viewers compared the moment to hearing painful news from a close friend. For millions, Kelly and Mark are not just entertainers. They are part of their daily routine, a dose of comfort and familiarity, and seeing them in pain felt deeply personal. The messages from fans range from long emotional posts to simple heartfelt words like, "We're with you," and "You don't have to go through this alone." Many fans looked back on moments when Kelly and Mark brought laughter into their homes, saying they hoped their love and joy would now return to them in the form of strength from their audience. It was an outpouring unlike anything seen recently. On morning television, hashtags began trending within hours. Edits, memorial messages, and video tributes circulated on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. This wasn't ordinary celebrity chatter. It was a collective moment of mourning, a moment where fans genuinely felt the couple's pain. Colleagues in the entertainment industry also stepped forward with messages of support. Former co-hosts, actors, and talk show hosts reached out publicly and privately. One of Kelly's longtime colleagues posted a message that resonated deeply with viewers, saying, "Kelly and Mark have given us years of laughter. It's our turn to give them the space and love they need." Another wrote simply, "Their strength has always been their unity. They will get through this because they face everything together." Producers from Live spoke about the atmosphere behind the scenes, describing it as emotional but united. Staff members gathered to offer support, working discreetly to create an environment where Kelly and Mark could move at their own pace without added pressure. One of the reasons this news hit viewers so hard is that Kelly and Mark have always seemed almost invincible, full of energy, humor, and resilience. They've navigated countless challenges together over the years, maintaining one of the strongest marriages in Hollywood. Their love story, which began on the set of All My Children in the 90s, has been a source of inspiration for fans for nearly 3 decades. They eloped impulsively in Las Vegas, built thriving careers, raised 3 children, and managed to stay grounded despite the chaos of fame. To see them experiencing such a painful moment was a reminder that even the strongest, happiest couples are not immune to life's toughest blows. Their journey has always been a testament to partnership and unity. They celebrate birthdays together, milestones together, and even navigate the awkward moments, like empty nesting, with humor and honesty. Their social media interactions are filled with playful teasing, affectionate banter, and heartfelt appreciation for each other. So when the news broke, fans weren't just witnessing two celebrities in pain. They were witnessing a family they've followed for years, going through something devastating. And that emotional connection amplified the shock. After the announcement, many viewers wondered how this would impact their role on Live. Kelly addressed this gently, emphasizing that while the show remains an important part of their lives, their emotional well-being and their family must come first. She explained that they may adjust their workload or take temporary breaks if needed. The production team has reportedly been more than understanding, giving them the freedom to step back whenever they feel overwhelmed. Mark echoed her thoughts, noting that they will move forward one step at a time, without pushing themselves beyond emotional limits. Fans on social media rallied behind them, insisting they take as much time as they need and reassuring them that the audience will be waiting whenever they return. In the midst of their grief, Kelly and Mark showed a level of vulnerability rarely seen on live television. They allowed millions to witness their pain, not as celebrities performing roles, but as human beings enduring heartbreak. That vulnerability created an extraordinary moment of connection, one that transcended screens and schedules. Many viewers commented that the rawness of their emotions made them feel even more connected to the couple, reminding everyone that behind the glamour are real people who experience loss just like anyone else. Toward the end of the broadcast, Kelly took a moment to thank the audience. Her voice cracked as she tried to express gratitude for the love and patience she has received throughout her career. She acknowledged that the support pouring in from fans, friends, and colleagues was helping their family navigate an incredibly difficult time. Mark added a heartfelt message of his own, saying that they have always believed in facing challenges as a unit, and that this moment, despite its pain, was no exception. They stood together, holding each other's hand, showing the same unity that has carried them through their entire relationship. The days following the announcement have been filled with reflection for many viewers. For some, the emotional scene served as a reminder that life is fragile. For others, it strengthened their admiration for the couple, who chose honesty over silence and vulnerability over image. Kelly and Mark have never claimed perfection. They've built their careers on authenticity, humor, and relatability. And in their darkest moment, they remained exactly that, real. This devastating news will undeniably become a defining moment in their careers, not because of the tragedy itself, but because of the courage they showed in sharing it. Morning television is often filled with rehearsed lines, controlled emotions, and polished presentations. But what Kelly and Mark offered was something raw and deeply human. They trusted their audience enough to let them into their pain, and their audience responded with overwhelming compassion. In the end, the story of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos revealing devastating news is more than just a headline. It is a moment of human connection between two public figures and the millions who care for them. Their journey through grief is far from over, but their unity, strength, and unwavering love for one another will undoubtedly guide them through the difficult road ahead. Fans will continue to stand beside them, offering support, understanding, and encouragement as they heal, one day at a time.